All right, we're back on Rusty's 454 here. Took some time, did some cleaning, some pressure washing. It's not nearly as grungy as what it was, thankfully. So I'm gonna start digging into this thing, start tearing it apart. Start getting some of the water out of it that didn't quite get sealed up, but that's not a big deal. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start tearing this thing apart and prepping it and getting it ready for new parts. Alright, doing a bunch of work on the motor again. Got it semi-torn down. Got the one head pulled off and just checking things out. There is the tiniest faint bit of honing still left in there, crosshatch. So it's not terrible. Fairly high mileage engine, I think. But there's no ridge at the top, which is good. You can't grab your fingernail on anything. Always a good sign. Tearing everything apart. The plugs look pretty good. Nice golden brown. Little light on the coloring, but that's not a big deal. Once I have a carburetor on there, she won't be. So, if you're ever doing stuff like this, grab yourself one of these trays. This one's a comp cams unit. I've made several before, but having this one actually makes mine look pretty terrible. You got spots for everything, so it's just very handy to have when you're doing some engine disassembly. You can keep track of everything, where it goes, pull the lifters out. It's marked right there, front, an F for front right there. Oh, let's turn it that way. There you go, you can see it. Front, rear, so everything stays in order where it's going to be. So the motor looks pretty good, a little high on mileage, but still very, very usable. So we'll keep going. So I told you guys I would let you know how to remove the oil cooler lines on the Mark 5 big block, Gen 5 big block. This is how you do it. First, you remove the oil cooler lines, and they are a 3/8 pipe thread. Second step, you plug these with regular pipe plugs. Make sure you use the Teflon paste or tape on them. Then we got to remove this, and I'll show you in a little bit. I just got to find something to take this out because it's not your typical 3/8 hex or square in there. So I got to find something to take that out, and then once I do that, I will show you guys the next step. All right, so I figured out how to get these pipe plugs out. There's a reason I keep these easy outs. As useless as they are, I've hardly ever had them work. If you have something that's an oddball square size, you can usually tap that into there and then put a wrench on it and twist it right out. So basically the only reason to keep those things around. So after that, inside those holes is 2 Torx bolts, which I took off. We pull that out. And then we have where we would normally mount an oil filter. Clean that up. Okay, doing this, the instructions I read, it says leave this check valve in there alone. This one here, down in there, has to be removed. So the only thing I really got to do to convert this from the 90-degree 4x4 to a regular straight one is there is threads in here. So I just got to get the adapter to thread in there and for the oil filter to screw onto, and that's it. So I just got to take this check valve out of here that's tucked down in there, get rid of this O-ring right here, put the adapter in there, screws right in to adapt to a regular oil filter, and then we have the 2-wheel drive oil filter on there, which will be a lot easier with all the other stuff going on. So there you go. That's pretty easy. 2 pipe plugs, remove lines, put pipe plugs in there, leave this valve, take that one out, and that's how you take away your oil cooler lines if you want to get rid of them. Thanks for watching that. Let's move on to something else. All right, we've got some more stuff done. We've got the front timing cover taken off now, and the oil pan's off, and everything's looking really good. It's the usual. Bit of high mileage. The timing chain's got some slop in it. Got the fiber cam gear here, so that tells me that it's original. Nobody's been into this motor before, which is, to me, a great thing. The bearings are still, like, nobody's had the rod caps off. There's no numbers on them, nothing stamped. One thing I'm going to tell you guys, when you remove the harmonic balancer, you have your puller. Always, especially with big block Chevys, make sure you lube this shaft. If you don't, and it's dry in there, it will actually bind up, seize, and destroy everything. So big block Chevy harmonic balancers are actually one of the toughest to get off for some reason. So especially on the big block Chevys, make sure you lube up the shaft on your remover, and things will work a lot better. So with this, getting this far and seeing this, that's great information. The timing chain, a little sloppy, needs to be replaced. I would be replacing it anyways. I do not like these fiber and aluminum gears, especially if you're doing any kind of upgrade to the cam or springs. You will destroy this in a hurry. So you're best off to rip that off, put on a double roller timing chain, and call it a day. You will be much happier knowing that will not blow up on you. So only two things left to do: rip this timing chain off and rip the cam out, and then we have a fully disassembled short block. This is basically what I'm reusing on this motor. I will be reusing the oil pan, but I took it off to take the timing cover off and help reseal everything. So that's as far as we're going tonight. I'm going to rip that cam out real quick. It's 3 bolts, remove the chain and pull the cam out. Twist and turn, pull it out gently. Do not nick the cam bearings or anything. And you will have a great motor to put a few extra parts into. Alright, so I'm going to do that and we're going to call it a day. Thanks for following along again. Like, share, follow along. We always appreciate that kind of stuff. Comment. Always willing to answer comments and stuff. And we will see you guys next time.